Welcome back to another episode of Prices Are Too High. So I did talk about in the last episode about the bird flu and the increased prices on eggs. And we're going to talk more about it in this episode. So I'm going to throw in the intro and stay tuned everybody, and we'll get started on this topic for today. All right, folks, welcome in everybody. I seriously like that theme song. I'm so glad I created that theme song. Oh man, that is such a good theme song that I came up with for this podcast right here. But anyways, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Prices Are Too High. It's been a while since I've done a podcast. If you guys watched my very last podcast, I did talk about the bird flu and the possible increase on the eggs and everything. So I was watching some videos earlier, and I definitely want to say like the price is just ridiculous for eggs. I saw there was like there was I saw they were showing the prices for the eggs. There was one grocery store where the price for a dozen eggs was like $10. I'm like, sheesh, $10 freaking. That's a lot of money for eggs, just for one carton, one full carton. And one of the things they was recommending in them videos was that they was saying that they was recommending, I mean, if you can, own chickens, that way at least you get your fresh eggs, you know where they're coming from, like versus the supermarket, because half the time you don't even know where the hell your eggs are coming from. You don't know. And you don't know what they put in these eggs at the supermarket, because they have to add pesticides and all this stuff to the food so they can stay fresh longer. Now, let me tell you something: fresh food, right? Especially when you're growing your own food and you own chickens. If you're a farmer, you own chickens. And I know much about this because I do work with chickens as well myself. So we all know fresh stuff does not last that long. It only lasts for like a short period of time. So they have to add some stuff to make the food last longer. So in my opinion, I mean, yes, owning chickens is definitely way better than getting your eggs from the store. Now, if you do own some chickens, now they were saying too in one of the videos I was watching about chickens. So, like a chicken coop could probably cost you from $100 to $1,000, right around there. I mean, it's gonna cost you. Like if you planning on like getting chick, because you gotta buy them food, you gotta buy supplies for the chickens, you gotta buy water. So a lot of those things cost. So I'm gonna share one thing, like at work, for example. I don't necessarily buy chicken supplies, but my farm manager does as well at work. So I think was it. He told me at work it's like $50 a bag, so it's not cheap. Buying chicken food ain't cheap either. So, but I'm just telling you guys the responsibilities of behind owning a chicken. Yeah, I mean, just because you own a chicken doesn't mean you're not gonna spend money. You're still gonna spend money on the chickens. You're just not gonna spend money on eggs, in my opinion. But in order to get your fresh eggs, you have to spend money because chickens is a responsibility. And if you're going out of town or if you're going away for a little bit, you're gonna need someone to watch them for a bit while they're gone. But yeah, you gotta buy a coop, you gotta buy food, a food supply, water supply, all these different things. But it's not that much of a responsibility, but it is a responsibility. Sometimes I know I work with chickens myself, so I know it can be a little overwhelming at times, but it's not too bad. But I'm pretty sure people will not mind owning and taking care of chickens. I mean, who doesn't like chickens? I mean, they're cute. There's some really cute, adorable ones as well. But yeah, chickens I take care of. I mean, they're healthy, so that's the thing. They're healthy, but we try to avoid letting them out at work because we just don't want other people that come by get infected by them, especially with this whole bird flu thing going on. You know, they could be carrying some bacteria. We let them out, and then other people get sick behind them. You know, especially sometimes we have kids at the job. You know, we don't want the kids getting infected by the chickens as well. So we definitely don't want that as well. So you want to make sure to be careful, be courteous, and be cautious of everything that we do. So, and I think too, yeah, and if you're also owning chickens in New York as well, you gotta make sure their water stay warm too, because their water, there's been plenty of times their water froze in this type of weather. So what I do is that I put something warm underneath the water to prevent the water from freezing. So that way they will still have water because um I know when chickens get hungry, when they get thirsty, they get super clucky. They definitely do. But I'm gonna show you guys a quick video here. If I can do this here. I'm gonna show you guys a quick video here on my iPad so you guys can be able to see. Let me point the phone right over here so you guys can be able to see it. I'm gonna point it down. Let me turn the camera a bit. So I want to show you guys a video here. Should I? Whoops, that's too close. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to show you guys this video right here so you guys can have a little bit of an understanding here. And let me see. Here we go.
Let's start with the eye chart.
What makes you think I can
Come on, these stupid commercials. Hold on, folks.
Okay, good points. Get 2 pairs of glasses and an eye exam starting at just...
Hold on, let's wait for this commercial to go away.
Now, with the cost of eggs skyrocketing, if you can even find them at your local supermarket. Elizabeth Schulte in Washington with the details. Good morning again, Elizabeth.
Hey, good morning again, Michael. This is a problem so many of us are feeling at the grocery store. They're either out of eggs, there's a limit on the number of cartons you can buy, or prices are unusually high. And the main culprit here is the bird flu, which has now affected more than 130 million poultry birds across all 50 states. This morning, shoppers are scrambling to find store shelves stocked with eggs.
This is where the eggs normally are in Costco. The only thing that was there was a cart with a couple of boxes of mostly broken eggs.
Rising cases of the bird flu are forcing egg suppliers to cut production, causing shortages nationwide and skyrocketing prices.
They did not have any eggs to sell.
Brooke Jones says she visited grocery stores in the Dallas area in search of eggs.
We decided to go out and actually check some different egg sections at stores. And so that's how we came across empty egg shelves, high prices, signs.
Government data shows egg prices.
Alright, so pause just for a second. So what's happening here is that they're experiencing a lot of empty shells of the eggs. So people are not really getting their eggs. So they're coming across on shortage of eggs. So people are having a hard time getting their eggs. And I'm not just talking just the prices, but people are having a hard time getting the eggs. People are paying double or triple for eggs. It's seriously crazy, y'all. It's seriously crazy, folks. So I'm gonna continue playing the rest of this video so you guys can see. I'm not gonna play the whole video, but we'll skip through it a bit.
Are up nearly 38% in the past year. Prices spiking 8% just in November ahead of the high demand holiday baking season. On average, a dozen eggs will cost you $3.65 now compared to $2.14 1 year ago, with prices cheapest in the South averaging $3.40 and most expensive on the West Coast at $4.20. For retailers buying eggs wholesale in California, a carton is nearly $9. This pastry shop in San Francisco feeling the squeeze.
Hold on, wait a second though. Eggs are $9 in California? What the hell, man? Sheesh. I didn't think it would be that expensive, but damn, $9 for some eggs in California. I mean, well, you know what though? To be honest, I'm not gonna lie though. It's not expensive. I mean, that's probably not as expensive as the eggs up here in New York. Some eggs are like 10, 12, 14, $15 a dozen. $12 a dozen for a carton of eggs. Pretty crazy. But we'll keep watching, folks.
Since October, late October, prices are just high, 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 high. And today I was wondering when this is going to stop.
Some other kitchen staples could soon get hit too.
You start thinking about offshoots of other things that have eggs in them, and mayonnaise typically, follows along the path. So that'll be the next one to kind of watch.
Now, the Department of Agriculture tells us it does expect egg production to rebound in the second half of this year as poultry flocks are rebuilt, and that should lead to some lower prices at the grocery store, Michael.
But until that happens, what can people do with
All right, let's fast forward to this, everybody. Let's see. Let's fast forward to this here to the very end. I'm trying to see something. Hold on. Let me keep scrolling here. I just saw a freaking video. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Let me go here. Oh, here's the video.
15 minutes after opening.
Our producer found eggs quickly disappearing today at this Costco in New York.
It is 11:30, and Costco is completely sold out of eggs.
It's difficult. Mark Cantor owns LA's iconic Cantor's Deli and was just slammed with this staggering bill.
This was the knockdown bill that killed us.
Look, his bill for eggs is $24,530.
What? That is crazy, man. Sheesh. Wow. That's crazy.
Has egg lovers looking for alternatives. Now there's increasing demand for people to rent their own chickens. Egg lovers can become farmers overnight and serve up fresh eggs anytime they want.
The chickens!
I know that kid's excited.
In Los Angeles. Yes, Rent the Chicken really exists.
Chickens.
Is renting 2 chickens named Galette and Shortcake.
Anytime you've gone to the grocery store and seen an empty shelf, it's kind of like, oh, maybe I should figure out how to be a little more independent.
The hens lay about 12 eggs a week, but renting them isn't cheap.
Good girl.
The 2 chickens, coop, and feed run about $100 a month. But this mom says it's worth it.
Nice.
When you give neighbors eggs, it's like giving away gold now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I say, oh, this was laid this morning and, it might still be warm. And everyone's like, ah!
Victoria Lee is with Rent the Chicken. Are you finding more and more people now, because of supply or because of cost, want to have their own chickens?
Absolutely. I think cost is maybe not as big of a driver, but it's certainly that first step to starting to question, why are these costing more? Where are these birds coming from? And how are they being raised?
Alrighty, folks. All right. So, yeah, wait. Let me flip the camera back around. Okay. So, yeah. So, they have said that it's going to cost about... It's not going to be cheap to rent chickens, but, according to the video that you guys just saw, it's going to cost at least $100 each. Was it? They said, I don't know if they said $100 a month or $100 each. Right around $100 to rent a chicken. So that's definitely not going to be cheap. And then plus you got to buy their food supply, you got to buy their water supply, and you got to go and you also got to buy supplies and build a coop because they need a home. Chickens do need a home, so you have to build them a home. So, but at the same time, it will definitely be worth it as well. And like I said, you guys, it's also a part of what I do for work. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, so it is a part of what I do for work, pretty much on an everyday basis or every week basis. But yeah, so it's definitely worth it. And at least you're getting your fresh eggs. at least you know like where your eggs is coming from, where you know where your eggs is coming from, where you're getting it from, instead of having to worry about like when you get eggs from the grocery store, you know, especially with the bird flu coming around, your eggs could be coming from, when you buy your eggs from the grocery store, you don't know what kind of eggs you're buying. That particular egg that you had bought, it could have came from a chicken that's infected with the bird flu. You don't know. You really do not know at all. Period. It could have came from. Oh no, I'm trying to do something. So I'm gonna try to pull up another video so you guys can be able to see. Actually, there's another video I do want to show you guys, but so we're gonna pull that up in just a second, everybody. And we're also 16 minutes into the video, and thank you all, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it so much. Thanks for coming and joining. Thanks for tuning in. Truly appreciate it very, very much. But yeah, I mean, at least, and plus you're also saving money on. Yeah, I'm sorry. What was I saying? Oh, that's right. So your eggs could have came from that infected chicken that had the bird flu. Now, you know, say for instance, the person, wherever farm site the eggs is coming from into the grocery store. Well, I'm not gonna say they didn't clean the eggs, but you know, bacteria, germs, you virtually can't see it. It could have came from that infected chicken and passed on to the egg. Now, the person that buys the egg, now they're sick and they have the bird flu because of that particular egg that they ate that came from the grocery store. That came from that affected chicken. You don't know. There's so many what ifs that's happening right now. I think what I'm going to do is that I'm going to avoid buying eggs from the store. I'm going to really avoid it. I'm going to try to, unless I can get one of those containers, those liquid egg containers. That's one way I can get it as well. But, yeah, so I'm going to try to avoid buying eggs from the grocery store because I don't feel like paying double for eggs, and I have to be on the lookout for my safety as well. But I don't eat eggs like that, so I'm good. I haven't been in the mood for eggs. Honestly, the very last time I had eggs was back when I was at when I went to Metro Diner off camera. This was a while ago, actually, when I went over to Metro Diner for breakfast. That was the very last time I had eggs. I had eggs at a diner. But it's been a minute since I've had eggs. So I'm going to show you guys another video. I'm going to point the camera down here. This one is about the bacon, egg, and cheese. So this is what I was telling you guys about in my last video. So please sit back and enjoy. Watch this video. I'm going to unplug the mic so you guys can hear clearly. Hold on, everybody.
And the yoke of eggflation is running down to your corner bodega.
All right, the satisfying sizzle of the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich costing more and more. Fox 5's Jessica Formoso shows us how store owners are scrambling to keep their customers.
Some are calling it eggflation, and how can you not when you see these prices? $11.99 for a carton of eggs.
So the prices have probably gone up about 250% just in the last couple of months.
The prices keep going up, and the shortage of eggs due to the bird flu isn't helping.
The prices have gotten out of control.
The classic bacon, egg, and cheese, a staple in many New Yorkers' diet, being affected. Some folks paying over $9 for their egg sandwich. How much do you pay for your bacon, egg, and cheese?
Like $7.
Would you pay $9 or $10 for it?
No.
Would you buy a bacon, egg, and cheese if it was $7, $8, $9, $10?
Never.
At John and Son's Deli in Brooklyn, a bacon, egg, and cheese is still $7. But co-owner Nicholas Laparno says he doesn't know for how much longer. In October, he ordered 60 dozen eggs and paid $125 at the time.
Now they're up to $385 on the previous order and now $425 on the last order. And we'll see what happens when I get another order on Thursday. So, sure, increasing as well.
And here in the Bronx at Yankee One Deli, the owner Jose says that he placed an order on Monday for 60 dozen eggs. He paid $460.
I have 30 years in business. Never, I see the price in the eggs like that. It's crazy.
Jose hasn't raised his prices on his bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. You're still paying $6 here. However, you're only getting one egg instead of two.
Right now, I keep it the same price because people know I need to keep it price for my neighborhood because the people don't have no money right now. You know, it's crazy to raise the price.
But he says he may not have a choice but to charge more. Back to Brooklyn, Nicholas says he too may have to charge an extra 50 cents to $1.
We always try our best to keep our prices in line with everybody, but right now they've been skyrocketing, and it's something that I've discussed with the family about having to increase prices because food costs are just crazy at the moment.
All we can say, we hope New Yorkers don't find themselves scrambling to find a deal. In the Bronx, I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
Hey, it's Evgeny Green.
Plug the mic back in so I can hear. All right. Okay. All right. Let's put the camera back up, and I'm gonna put it to the front of me. All right. So yeah. So if you guys, since you guys saw the video as well, the video that I had showed you guys. Yeah, the prices are really ridiculous for the eggs. So there's a possibility you could possibly see an increase for the bacon to get yourself a bacon, egg, and cheese as well. Now, I think I remember one person in my last premiere. What was it? I think one of you guys had mentioned to me in my premiere video that I know one of you guys had mentioned that you guys had spent like $10 for a bacon, egg, and cheese in the live chat. I definitely remember that as well. But yeah, I'm like, that's crazy. Wow. I can't imagine spending $10 for a bacon, egg, and cheese. Cause the highest I've spent up to that was for like $7, but that's for one sandwich. Now if you're getting like normally it's normally like $7, but if you're getting like two sandwiches, then you'll be paying like $14 or $15 for two sandwiches, in my opinion. So I had just watched a video on about Trader Joe's and Costco. So I'm also hearing too that Trader Joe's and Costco are putting limit on their eggs. You won't even believe the limit that they're adding set to the eggs. So they're only allowing customers, Trader Joe's, Costco, and other retail restaurants. Certain places are even putting a limit on how many eggs you can take per day. Trader Joe's is up to one egg a day. That's it. You can't buy no more than one carton a day. So it's so bad that they have to put limit on their eggs. And there's also a lot of vendors too. I also heard the White House 50 cents per egg is so crazy. And there's also this other restaurant down in Texas that because of the bird flu and the egg price hijack, they're not making as much money either. So it's really crazy. That's really the crazy part right there. So, and then also hearing too, I think was it 3 ducks. 3 ducks had died of the bird flu disease at the Bronx Zoo, which is so crazy. I can't imagine 3 ducks as well. So it's not, and it's, oops. Yeah, 3 ducks. And it's not just the animals that's at high risk. It's definitely not the animals that are at high risk, but it's also us human beings. So we really got to be careful. So I'm gonna just say this: if you work with animals, be super careful. Even if you're working at a vet, a zoo, anything that has something to do with animals. Even if you own an animal, I'm gonna just say that though. If you own an animal, get them checked out. Get your dog checked out. Get your cat checked out. So if you have any type of pet, get them checked out, because this bird flu is seriously serious, and it looks like it's going to be spreading for a while. And we're still in wintertime. We're still in wintertime. The weather hasn't even warmed up yet, so we're not seeing any warmer temperatures like 40. This is probably the longest I've seen 40 or 50 temperatures. This is the longest that I have not seen any 40 or see any 40s, 50s, 60-degree temperatures, because the past several weeks straight has been nothing but cold, freezing temperatures. We're seeing 18 degrees, 19 degrees, 15 degrees outside, 30 degrees outside. The highest we're mostly getting is up to the upper 30s, the late 30s, and that's pretty much it. But I mean, we're supposed to get 40s this week, so it's been one hell of a brutal winter. So, and it's still cold in flu season, so it's that time of year that people, not just people, but animals are also getting sick, and they're also dying from all kinds of diseases, germs, you pretty much name it. So, we also got to do better at making sure that we're staying healthy. I mean, honestly, don't go out unless you have to. Now, if you have to go out, put on your layers as well. So, and also take your vitamins as well. That's something I definitely need to work on, because I do lack at on taking my vitamins. So, and I don't even do that, but sometimes. But I need to get in the habit of doing that, especially when we go right into the cold months. So that's like the best time to really start taking your vitamins and everything. Cause like right now, shelves are empty. I think it was it. I didn't go inside the store, but when I'm at work, there's this particular store that I be walking past. I saw freaking empty shelves. Now I don't know if it was because of the eggs, but there was this one store, it barely had any food. Barely had any freaking food. So, and barely had food on the shelves. It's like, what on earth is going on? Because it looked like it was going through one big shortage. I didn't go inside, but I should probably take the time out during my the days that I'm not here. I am gonna go to some grocery stores and do a little egg hunting myself. I'll put together a video as well, a different video as well. And I think we'll do a part 2 next time, just talking more in a bit about this before we do another one as well. I think I'm going to do a live podcast next time, in the very next one as well. Yeah, because next Wednesday is the March 5th. Yeah, March 5th. Well, I took the 4th and the 5th off. So I'm definitely going to go and do some egg hunting, and then I'm going to put some videos together for you guys, and then we'll go through different videos showing you guys all the different. I'm going to do some, and I'm going to add some YouTube shorts to it. I'm going to be like Yo Ange and just go and do different egg hunting as well, and look to see what what has changed and what has not changed as well. But I know places like Whole Foods, they'll definitely go up, because Whole Foods overcharged. There's really no doubt or joke about it. But they'll definitely go up on their eggs. But I'm gonna go to a couple stores, look around, and see if there's been an increase on the prices of eggs. And then in the next podcast, I will do a live podcast because I haven't done a live podcast in so long. So I will do that, and then I will show you guys the different prices for the eggs. So I'll definitely will do that in the next episode of the podcast. The next episode will be, that will also be the first podcast for this month, March. So I haven't been doing my podcast lately, but too much. And then I'm gonna take a break after the next one. That'll be the only live podcast that I will definitely do. So I'll definitely do that. So there's also this other video I was looking at. I'm gonna address 2 or 3 more things, and then I'll end this podcast. But I really feel bad for a lot of restaurants because it's like they're gonna have to go up on their prices. I know some restaurants really, really don't want to, but because of that high cost, if they need eggs, then to give to their customers, they're gonna have to charge their customers more money. So they're gonna need more money, or that extra money, to pay more on the eggs because of the bird flu situation. So, and what causes the eggs to go up is because, here's the thing, everybody wants eggs. Everybody wants to go out and buy eggs. They don't want to pick any other food options. They don't want to. I understand. Eggs are pretty good. I do like eggs, but I don't eat them like that. I'm not that type of person where I have to have eggs all the time or every single time. But everybody wants to have eggs, and then also more people have been cooking at home. So, and less people have been eating out. Especially in this type of weather. Right now we're dealing with wintertime. So wintertime, everybody wants to be indoors. A lot of people are not gonna want to be outdoors and deal with these crazy frigid temperatures as well. So, but I also feel bad for the people that really do have to be out, and especially work in these frigid temperatures, like myself. Sometimes I do feel bad for myself because that's a part of like what I have to do. I have to be out here in these frigid temperatures, but it's really hard to stay warm at work. But we're all doing the best we can during these times. But more people would rather cook at home, which is totally fine. Than to eat out. Sometimes eating out costs you more than cooking at home. So, and then a trip to the grocery store is gonna cost you more if you want eggs. So that's another thing too as well. But we could be looking at a 20% increase on the price of eggs over the throughout this year. Now, what does the next couple of weeks look like? Next couple of months look like? Honestly, I don't know. We all don't know. We all don't know what the next couple of weeks is gonna look like with the bird flu going around now. We don't know when the bird flu is going to go away, but this is something that we really have to deal with. So, only time will tell. Like, honestly, only time will really tell when all this is gonna blow off. That's all I can say. And to tell you the truth, it's not over until the man upstairs says it's over. Yes, what I mean by the man upstairs is God. That's when he will be ready for all this to be over as well. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of increase on the prices for a lot of dishes. So this is my advice, folks. This is my advice. I mean, you guys can go out, but if you don't want to spend more money on, if you don't want to spend more money on breakfast or any food dish that you order, especially that bacon, egg, and cheese, this is my advice. Try to avoid any breakfast items that includes eggs, like omelets, breakfast burrito, bacon, egg, and cheese, that McGriddle that you like to eat at McDonald's, egg McMuffin, anything with egg in it, try to avoid it because you're most likely going to be paying more money for your breakfast if you're going to get something with egg in it or eggs in it. So that's just honestly my advice. But if you do want eggs, in my opinion, owning chickens is the best option to avoid the whole egg search. Now, I'm not saying go out right away and try to get a chicken or anything like that, but or the only other option is to avoid eating eggs for a while. Avoid buying eggs for at least for a little while until this whole bird flu thing blows off. That's just in my opinion right there. So, but yeah, I mean, we're living in some crazy times right now, folks. We definitely are. And I'm going to just say this, though. The bird flu is not making any better at all. But I just advise everybody to stay healthy and stay safe. You know, try your best not to get sick because it's definitely not worth it. It's not worth getting sick at all. But in my opinion, in times like this, we just have to be very creative. We have to come up with a plan B. We have to come up with a plan B, plan C. Take other alternatives besides, in my opinion, especially going out, because going out is going to cost you a lot, in my opinion. But yeah. So I think I'm going to wrap up this podcast, everybody. But I hope y'all all enjoyed it as well. The next podcast will be a live podcast. So the next one will be a live podcast. So guys, stay tuned for that. Everybody, I hope y'all enjoyed this 40-minute podcast. I hope y'all did, everybody. If you guys enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you love the content that I do here on this channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. There's always something new on this channel every single time. I'm always doing something new. I'm always doing different things. One thing you will never see on this channel is the same old shit. You will never see the same old thing. I'm always doing something new on the channel as well. Doing a podcast. I'm doing food reviews. I'm gonna try to do another food review before the month is out. I'm thinking about going over to Carmine's as well. So I'm gonna avoid getting something with eggs in it at Carmine's. That's for sure. But I will do another full review, and I will give you guys my thoughts and my opinions on it as well. But many more episodes to come of this podcast. So I hope you guys enjoying it. Make sure you guys comment down below what you guys think about all of this, the bird flu. Let me know in the comment section, not in the live chat, but in the comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts on all this. Let me know what your situation is, how much you're really spending at the grocery store for eggs, how much is it really costing you. You know, I know a lot of people are not happy with the price search in eggs, but only thing I could really tell you guys is try to avoid buying eggs unless you're willing to spend that extra $5 or $6 on eggs. Try to avoid buying eggs, or try to avoid buying any type of breakfast sandwich, or avoid going. I mean, you can go out, but try to avoid buying any breakfast stuff that doesn't have eggs in it if you're not willing to pay extra money for breakfast. But that's the only thing I could really tell you guys. That's just my opinion. That's my suggestion. But if you're willing to spend the extra money, be my guest. If not, try to stay away from eggs for a little bit as well. Now, unless you own your own chickens, unless you own your own set of chickens, then that is a complete different story. Then, you know, you'll definitely get your free fresh eggs. But I prefer fresh eggs, in my opinion, over the eggs at the supermarket. At least it's fresh, it's nice and clean. You don't have to worry if something is going to get you sick or anything like that. So, But just keep all that in mind and everything. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode as well. I will do a part 2. Part 2 will be live next week. Next week's episode of the podcast, so stay tuned for that on Prices Are Too High. Then after that, I will be moving on to a whole new topic as well. So make sure y'all stay tuned for part 2. Part 2 will be live as well. I should be off next Wednesday, so we could probably do a live podcast. We could sit through an hour, and I can just chit chat with you guys all live in the next podcast as well. But I wouldn't mind doing live podcast in the middle of the day on Wednesday, like at 12 noon. But the problem is that I have work and everything, so I can't really just come on live. I don't want to come on live at work, then I get in trouble for it. So I'm supposed to be at work doing what I'm supposed to do. But if I do decide to do an earlier podcast, I will premiere it, and you guys can be able to see the premiere video of the podcast. But the next one will be live. It will be next Wednesday, March 5th. It will be a live podcast. It will be part 2 of this, and we'll talk more about the bird flu and egg shortage as well. And I'll show you guys. I'm gonna do some videos for the live stream for the next podcast as well. But anyways, you guys, thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for tuning in, folks, everybody. Thank you for coming and joining, everybody. Until then, I will see you guys in my next podcast. Bye, folks.